Okay, so first things first, this was kind of just an on-the-fly video. Just got a wild hair, decided to do one, alright? Now, this is going to be about vaping. For those of you who don't know, that's the use of electronic cigarettes, okay? What they are, essentially, is a heating coil that makes vapor from a fluid, allows you to inhale the vapor and then get your nicotine fix. That's just a basic rundown on what it does. There are other videos out there, you can find out more. So anyway, what I wanted to say was I started what seems like a year ago. I haven't really been keeping track, as most vapors do. It's probably not quite been a year. But anyway, first one I got was the blue kit. In fact, I still have a PCC for it. Blue, alright? This, no good. I mean, it got me intrigued, but it did not work for me overall. Mostly because at the time I was doing a lot of partying and drinking, and I noticed it didn't satisfy that need. So with this particular blue pack, I gutted it. I'm probably going to make it into something at some point in time. That's not the point. The blue cigs, like I said, intrigued me. They got me, thinking this could work. But it wasn't enough. So what I ended up doing was gutting them, taking them apart, and taking the pieces that I needed out of them and building my own. Right away, it was within, I want to say, about a month. I took the connector out, slapped it in a device I had. That was something completely different. Some of you may have seen it. It was the handle to an old, spy microphone, directional listening device. But I took that apart, desoldered all of the little things on the chipboard, put the atomizer connection in there, and it was USB pass-through. So you hit the button would light up, and the coil would fire. There was no protection in it or anything, so I used a USB device for a car in my computer, which was another thing that I built a long time ago. That gave me more satisfaction. It felt more real. It did some more things, but that one was particularly unsafe. Don't do it. Since then, I got more and more into it. I found Vape TV. I found, some forums, got information from friends, found the Vaping Twitterverse. You can look me up on there, Reapsin. I only use it for vaping related needs, so everyone I'm following is a vapor. You can get information from there. We're all willing to, give information. Now, since then, I have moved up. Slowly but surely, and at the time I didn't have a job, so cannibalism was what I had to do to make something that would work. And I mean electronic cannibalism, not eating people, okay? No, don't worry about that. Now, I had a 5-volt box mod that a friend of mine through the vaping community had sent me the pieces for, and I assembled. And so I made that, I used it, worked great, okay? It gave more of a burn, like the Marlboro Reds I used to smoke, and just from there, I've continued to progress. I've made, a few more just little POSs, okay, they're not really POSs, but interesting devices, one of which actually needs a little bit of repair. So I'm not going to fully demonstrate it, but I'll show it off. An old Altoids gum tin. There you go. with a 510 connector, just epoxied right on there, horn style button, and the little skull with red LEDs. You know, bunch of random stuff I had laying around. The guts for this is for a 5-volt. Kind of looks like a rat's nest right now because I took the battery holder out of it because, like I said, needs some repairs. Long story short, at this point, I've moved up since then and got what's called a Provari. Did this because of work issues. Won't go into that story right now, but bought a device, got the Provari, which is a variable voltage mod, not something I would suggest for new users. It is a little on the complicated side, things like that. I've also got a Delrin drip shield. I just recently got this in the mail. Yes, I ordered it, paid for it, all that good stuff. Came with this nifty little drip tip here. And I've been using my Dawn of Truth with the drip shield. Now, I've only had this for a couple of days. This is a 30 ml bottle. I'm a fiend, what can I say? I also lowered the nick with this particular batch, so that may explain why I'm going through it so fast. Because my overall goal is to get to 0 nick vaping and maybe even quit that. But I use the vaping as a means to stop smoking. It was starting to wear down on my health. I could feel it. You know, I felt worn down. You know, I was having minor health issues. Nothing major. Just like sinus congestion, constant sinus congestion, things like that. I don't notice the same problems when I'm vaping. They're just not there. That tasted a little dry. Let's try this again. Shake the fluid. 4, 5, and 6. We'll stop at 6 this time around. There's that's called direct dripping, for those of you who don't know. And just right there. Typically 6 would flood the atomizer, but I've got the drip shield, so it works. I was never allowed to do that inside because of the Marlboros. But vaping, no secondhand smoke, no need to go outside. It's essentially it's water vapor. I mean, it's not exactly water because of the propylene glycol and the vegetable glycerin, which you can find that information somewhere else. But it's essentially those two. Nicotine and then flavoring. Find your information where you need it, and get back to being healthy. Alright? It worked for me. I like to tinker, so that kind of helped progress it. But in the meantime, have fun, figuring it out, trying new flavors, which, by the way, forgot to mention, flavors can come in anything you can imagine in candy. Okay? Avoid butter flavors, though. There's something in it, forget exactly what, not healthy. This one's called Dawn of Truth, right here, the one I've been going to town on. It's from Raw Vapor. It's kind of a banana flavor in there. There's some other stuff. Can't quite place it. I get people that I've let try it say that it's kind of a pina colada and, you know, things like that. So, but it's delicious. RARvapor.com, go ahead and try that. Check out E-cigs, see if they'll work for you. They did for me. Bye.